a young man by the name of Jeff Mickelson, and he had been taken to Forest Hills Park. Now, imagine he was stopped like at the end of last week, and he was stopped for a traffic citation. And instead of being taken to the East Cleveland jail, like normal, he was taken to Forest Hills Park. Now, the lower end of Forest Hills Park by two police officers. When he was taken to Forest Hills Park, he was beaten so badly and so severely that he was taken to University Hospital. Now, he was stripped nude, beat so brutally that when he arrived at University Hospital, that the staff members called BCI and said, "We have a problem." When he awoke 2 days later, he was investigated by BCI. They investigated everything. They even went to Forest Hills Park. They found his bloody clothes there. And upon further investigation, just this past week, two police officers, which we'll get to their names later, but right now it's unimportant. The main thing is they were fired by the East Cleveland Police Department, almost immediately let go.
At some point, I'm going to have to talk to the FCC because at some point, I feel like cussing on the radio. Talking John in the studio, the engineer, he all frowning up at me right now. But at some point, I feel like cussing on the radio, and I know the FCC won't allow me. Sometimes I want to say, blank the FCC, you and everybody else. That's how I feel sometimes. But I can't do that because I respect my judge more than anybody. And I respect the FCC, and Talking John frowning all up at me, got his fists all up in the air. So I know I can't cuss. But I'm very serious. I'm very serious about this. I just got breaking news that another woman, another young lady was shot in the armpit and died. And I'm so sick of this. You know what? When I get on my Facebook, Brother Porter, we're going to have to do this because the city is not clearly listening to us. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make up, and say militarily, when we got distress, in Vietnam we got lost and whatever, and what we do, we make some white sheets or whatever, and we put on them SOS or distress, and we wave them and hope that a helicopter will come by, a friendly helicopter will come by and pick us up. Okay, I'm saying that in our community, those of us that are distressed, we need to take some sheets and put distress signals up all over our community. And maybe somebody in the authorities that we need help from will see these distress signals and come and help us. Because listen, I'm almost ready to cuss. Anytime that a city cannot protect its women and children, something is wrong. And in the last, since the beautiful RNC convention, about 2 weeks now,
Yes, sir.
there have been at least five women murdered in the city of Cleveland, along with at least 5 or 6 children wounded, critically wounded in the city of Cleveland, not including the other homicides and the other 80 or 90 wounded. We're in a war zone. We don't have to worry about no overthrow of Turkey. We don't have to worry about all of that. You know what? And what's happening in the city of Cleveland, a nice, good old peaceful Midwest city like this, is really upsetting. Now, I didn't mean to even go here, but when I got the news that another young lady, you got anything on that, sir?
Yes, a 19-year-old.
19-year-old.
19-year-old
baby
shot on East 116th Street, about 4278. That was just yesterday. And then earlier, I just received a text that a child was shot at 128th and Holborn, but they took the child to Rainbow Babies and Children. No word on the condition.
Well, now the report I have is that a 19-year-old woman died early Sunday after she was shot in an attempt in the armpit on the city's east side. That's the same case,
That's
right?
the same case.
But
She
now
shot and
she's shot and murdered.
But you'd also have a child on top of that. A child was shot at East 128th and Holborn, who is taken to Rainbow Babies and Children just a moment ago. So now we're going to what you said. We're adding a child on top of the woman.
Lord have mercy. Sometime on the Art McCoy radio show, we don't only keep it real, we make it rain. Lord have mercy.